no end can be found. Mahadiva.
Good morning, Amani. How's everybody today?
Wonderful.
Wonderful to see you all. Well, we are going to start with our opening song, and we have the wonderful Deb Smith here today to sing it. Yes,
you.
please welcome her.
Very grateful to be here with you this morning. What a lovely way to start this day. Well, some of us have been up longer than me, I'm sure, but I'm going to perform for opening song a wonderful tune written by Jesse Winchester, who wrote some beautiful anthems of love and acceptance. And this is one of my favorites. If you love somebody, then that means that you need somebody. And if you need somebody, it's gonna make you a little bit weak. Oh, and if you know that you're weak, and you know that you need someone, oh, it's a funny thing, 'cause that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls. That's what helps us sing. And to trust somebody is to be disappointed. It's never what you wanted. Oh, and it happens every time. Oh, but if you're the trusting kind, this don't even cross your mind. And it's a funny thing, 'cause that's what makes us strong. That's what makes us strong. That's what gives us power. That's what helps the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls. That's what helps us sing. Yes, that's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. And that's what lifts us souls in our final hour. That's what moves our hearts, and that's what helps us sing. Yes, that's what moves our hearts. Oh, and that's what makes us sing. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. That was beautiful. Okay, so we're going to release our kids. Jamie's standing back there. She's going to walk you guys over, so you guys have a great time. We'll see you afterwards. We look forward to seeing what you guys do today. All right. There you go. All right, so welcome to the Amani Center. It's my great joy to welcome you to our center. We're so glad that you're here. We like to start together by reading our vision statement. So let's speak it aloud together. We are lighting the path to peace together. And so that is our vision. That's why we're here. That's always out there on the horizon that we're aimed towards lighting that path to peace and doing it together in community. So it's better, the more of us come together, the better it is and the more light we produce. This is a little bit about who we are, the Amani Center. We're an open and inclusive spiritual community, and we believe there are many paths to the divine. And so everybody has their own path, and we're here to walk it together and to support you as you walk yours, to be supported by you as we walk ours, and to be in this synergistic, collaborative walk towards that which is what we're here for. We're a place where you can learn, you can grow, and you can be. So we have classes, we have workshops, all sorts of opportunities to learn new things, to level up, to transform your life, to grow into that next iteration of what you are meant to be. And then sometimes just a place to show up, listen to beautiful music, hear a wonderful message, and just fill your cup, because that's really important too. And we are always a safe and welcoming space, so everybody is welcome here. Is there anyone here for the first time? We have a little trifold we'd love to give to you if you'll raise your hand, or if you're online and you just let us know that you'd like to receive that. We'd love to give that to you. And if you don't want to raise your hand now, you can see Gina afterwards and she'll give you one. We're glad you showed up. You're welcome here at the Amani Center. One of the ways we live into our mission and our values and our vision is our Circle of Light, which is made up of our practitioners and our ministers, all people who've done multiple years of training in affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment. And so I'm going to ask anyone who's in our Circle of Light to raise your hand so you can see who they are. So there's lots of folks here today. Margie in the back. We would love to treat with you if there's something that you would love treatment for or affirmative prayer for. So something heavy that you want to let go of, something bright and light and wonderful you want to bring in, something you're trying to figure out. Whatever it is, it would be our great honor and our gift to sit with you for a few moments after service and just do some work on that with you. So don't leave with that heavy or needing resolve without seeing one of us. We would really love to do that work with you. All right, we'll take a few moments and go through our announcements. So we're backwards here, but here's August. So this is for next month. So we are bringing back the wonderful Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson virtually for the first Sunday. So he's always just has such a wonderful message and a wonderful way of bringing it. So don't miss that. And then we will have basically our normal lineup for the rest of the month, Reverend Pixie DeFore, Reverend Mitch Austin, and then the wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynne. So August is going to be another great month. And, I guess July wasn't in there, but this is the last Sunday in July, and we have the wonderful Sherry Wynne speaking today. So you are in for a treat, as always. These are some of the things that are going on weekly here at the Amani Center. Course in Miracles on Thursday nights, which is actually at the Jaeger's house. Their address is there. We have Saturday meditation and breath work every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here. You just show up and do some meditation, set your intention for the weekend, get quiet, go within. And then we have yoga classes on Tuesdays and Wednesdays over at the Ballet Center. And all of these things are just donation basis or love donation. We have a big concert coming up in August on the 16th. The wonderful Random Strangers will be here. We're going to have drinks and just a great opportunity to get together. We might pull the grill out and do, have some hot dogs, and so you can just come and have a really great evening. Tickets for that will be $20, and you can get them at theamanicenter.org or at the door. And, oops, I jumped. Okay, here's a few other things that are going on at the Amani Center. Our drum circle is every second Friday, so that'll be the 9th, 6:30. That's a wonderful opportunity to come together and make a joyful sound. Pound out some frustration, set your nervous system to a beat, and just have some great fun together. We have a class coming up, a new class or workshop, The Gateway to Conscious Aging, and that will be on August 18th. Full moon is the 19th, so we always do our full moon ritual, and there'll be a teen play date, and I believe it's going to be August 23rd. So sign up for all of those or show up for all of those. And, okay, we just got a little out of order, so there's July. We don't need that. But here's something I want to tell you about. This is not something that the Amani Center is doing. It's being done in the greater spiritual community of New Thought, and it is 100 days of mindful practice leading up to the election. So I think a lot of us have been feeling a little crazy, like trying to keep our feet on the ground through all of this. This is not a time for us to be out there running around crazy. It's a time for us to be grounded, intentional, and knowing what we're looking to bring in for our country. So this is a group of wonderful ministers that are leading this. And so you can join this for free, and you text, oh, that didn't come out very clear. Hopefully you guys can see that. You text 470-784-0250 to join this. And there'll be weekly Zoom check-ins, and then there'll be practices, somatic healing practices. You'll be getting messages through your email. It's a way to keep you grounded and intentional at this important time on the planet. So it's, first you just join in. It's going on for 100 days. But once you text to join, then you'll get all the information for when the weekly Zoom meetings are. And I think you'll be getting emails every day with thought leaders. So these messages will be coming in. It will all be good to just help you get. So this is really all I know about it. I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, we should definitely share this, because the more people who are involved, the better. This is going to be for the planet. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so that starts today, right? Is today the 28th?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So that starts today. So, yeah, grab that and join in. And it's not like, it's the kind of thing that you can just participate in the level that feels right, but just to be in this is going to be really a good thing. All right, so that's it for our announcements. If you haven't already silenced your phones, please do so, and we will take a moment and bless the service. So if it feels comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close, or you can blur your vision. Receive that cleansing breath in and release it. Now is our time. This is our time to come into this sacred space we call the Amani Center, with this sacred community that are our brothers, our sisters, our siblings, our mothers, our fathers, our family, our spiritual family. And we come together here in this service to raise the vibration, to share our joy, to share our gifts, to open our hearts to the message, to the music, to the connection of each other, to work through the things that we're trying to work through, and to be a presence and a force for good on the planet. So in this space, we are free to do that, we are open to do that, and we are led in doing it. It's not hard, it's easy, it flows. We just turn towards spirit and say yes and receive the good. And so I'm so grateful to know that this is all unfolding divinely. Everybody who needs to be here has shown up. Everybody who needs to be listening online is tuning in or watching later. And that the message and the music and the vibration and the connection is all coming through, vibrating through us, lifting us so that we go out and share that higher vibration, that higher vision, that purposeful, intentional way of showing up on the planet for good. And I am so grateful for the Amani Center that brings us this place to do this, for our speaker today, for our music, our tech person, our sound person, our greeters, our practitioners, everyone who shows up to make it happen, and then everyone who shows up to participate and be part of this energetic, beautiful, important work. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for knowing that this is unfolding divinely, beginning right now and continuing always. And so from this place of gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing that as I speak it, it is done, and all is truly, truly well. And together we say, and so it is. All right, so I'm going to hand the microphone over to our practitioner of the day, which is Reverend Kathy, and she will lead us in our affirmation.
Okay, as Marcy said, it's our time for affirmation. We do it 3 times. The first time with enthusiasm, deep belief in the words and what they mean. The second time, do it quietly in your inside voice. I was babysitting this weekend. Inside voice. And the third time, please follow me silently as I speak the words. Today's affirmation is brought to us by the wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynne. Let us begin. I am alive, aware, and gratefully under the influence of divine presence. I am alive, awake, aware, and gratefully under the influence of divine presence. I am alive, awake, aware, and gratefully under the influence of divine presence. And together we say, and so it is. Another wonderful song.
May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. May I be kind, may you be kind, may we be kind to all. May we be kind, may you be kind, may we be kind to all. And may I be safe, may you be safe, may we be safe from harm. May I be safe, may you be safe, may we be safe from harm. May I be well, may you be well, may be we well and whole. May I be well, may you be well, may be we well and whole. May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. Thank you. I could have made it longer, but I figured I'd quit while I was ahead. Thank you, Reverend Kathy.
So, today, thank you. Wow. Let me come back into the room. Okay. Now it's time for meditation. I encourage you to get comfortable in your seat, putting your feet firmly on the ground, connecting with the energy and the love of Mother Earth. And as we anchor into that sacred space of spirit, God, source, whatever you call it, it is the power and the presence that is everywhere and in everything. And so I ask you to bring to mind a situation, or maybe it's a condition. Maybe it's something that you're struggling with that is unclear at this moment. Take it with you into this practice of meditation. Be open to receive the guidance that you receive. Enjoy your meditation. As you gently come back into the room, it is now time for a healing spiritual mind treatment. As we anchor into that sacred place, that place of knowing, unconditional love, the source of all that there is. It is the one mind, the creator of everything. And as it created all things, we are part of that creation. As we go through our day, our week, our month, recognizing that love is stronger than any situation, any condition, any uncertainty. It is time to anchor into the knowing that peace is what we all want, and that any uncertainty dissolves into the nothingness from whence it came. You are intuitively guided. You are given all that you need. everything is good in you, in your community, in Amani, in the state, in the country. Just know that the truth sets us all free. And in that freedom, we are powerful, loving, and unconditionally truthful. So I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is already done. And together we say, and so it is. Our main song.
This is a song written by the great late Kate Wolf. An early morning melody playing in the scenery of my mind. Rainy days and ocean tides through the hills and Greenwood sides like a wind chime. I think of you that way a lot, singing to the coffee pot and the kitchen wall. Always up before the sun, picking out some pretty run on the strings like a waterfall. Ooh, like a waterfall. You've given me so many songs, ones that kept me going on when I'd wonder why. Weaving through the busy days, they were colors in the misty haze like rainbow rhymes, reminding me that even prison walls turn to dust and fall before the open sky. Love can find you in the darkest hour, touch you lightly as a flower on colored wings like a butterfly. Ooh, love like a butterfly. I thought I'd let you know that I heard you singing soft and low when I woke today. I got up to play along and I found myself with a morning song to send your way. I'm thanking you for all the times that you've listened to these sunrise lines I've made for you. Smiling as if you know somehow I see your face before me now. You touch my day like the morning dew. Oh, like the morning dew. I see your face before me now. You're smiling as if you know somehow. You touch my day like the morning dew. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Sonia. Reverend Sherry.
So here you are. You showed up. Throwing stuff on the ground. I don't know about you, but sometimes I fall into, oh, too much, too much, too much. Too much. There's just too much. Like the walls of my being have been encroached somehow. Even not willfully on my part, but just by being here in this skin suit. And so when that happens, I feel like there's been a breach. And then my mind will go all over trying to figure out what it was and where it came from, and really it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is I find a way to get past that insane woman that fires up my mind. It's like that mind becomes fueled with all this stuff, and it's searching and going and here and there and this and that. And I think, okay, you are really offline. You are under the influence of something that is not your soul nature. And truthfully, I'm not the best version of myself, and I live with myself, and really, I don't want to live with that person. That person is not fun to be with. And so I have to do whatever it takes in order to get me back to my divine source. And I thought how beautiful that is, because I had an opportunity this morning. Yesterday I was writing all this information, and I'm like, oh yeah, you get to do it now and fast. And as I was driving down the mountain, I realized that we are conditioned to live in a place where we think we have to be, there's a timeline, and that we're going to miss out on something. And if we do something wrong, or something doesn't happen, or we miss that good class, or we miss this opportunity, that somehow we've missed out. But that's not true. Because everything that's happening is happening now, past, present, and future. We have access to it. We just have to determine what we want to have access to. So I want you to rub your hands together. Rub your hands together and get some energy in there. And then I want you to say, I'm alive, awake, and aware.
I'm alive, awake, and aware.
More, bigger.
I'm alive, awake, and aware.
Okay, good. That's all you need. You just need to remind yourself that you're alive, and the way that you are alive is your choice. How you're going to be alive is your choice. To be awake means to be awake to what's going on inside me. I can't do anything about what's going on outside me unless I'm tuned in. Because when I'm called to be with somebody else, if I'm not tuned in and in my spiritual self, then we could be going anywhere. We could be talking about, oh, and this happened to me, and that happened to me, and I'm la, 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 la. And not that we don't want to make space for one another when we're having difficulties. But it also is important to recognize that we have today, now. What happens in the future happens in the present moment, because creation is always moving through us. It doesn't stop. It doesn't go, oh, I'm going to take a break now. And they go, I'm going to have a timeout. I'm going on vacation. I've had too much. No, creation is an activity of spirit, of consciousness that is unfolding all the time. What happened if you put the seed in the ground and then the creative process went, oh no, we have to have a timeout. We don't have time to do this. We don't, So there is a creative process that's always going on. So if you're going to be alive, you might as well be awake in the process of being alive, so that you can figure out what's running the show. Who's running the show? Is my 2-year-old driving? Has my teenager gone off somewhere and left me with no keys? I mean, it's like, who is present in your own vehicle? What is it? So, taking this wonderful class from Reverend Cheryl Wynne on Monday nights, and she reminded me of a lot of different tools that don't you get those tools and then you're in them for a while and then they just kind of go away and you're looking for some other tool and you got that tool and then it kind of goes, and then you got all these tools and you're thinking that, oh, you just have to pick one. You just have to decide to choose one. So it's like an easy way to do that is to go through the process of I'm alive, I'm awake. What am I awake in? How's my body feeling? What's my emotions saying? What's my mind saying? How am I feeling? What's happening? And then be a witness. Now the witness to it comes in our practice with meditation, because the witness is not in the muck. It's in the process of being aware. So when you're aware, your ability to notice or see has a little bit of a gap between that and being in the process. So that gives you a little distance. I mean, haven't you had kids which you just have to hold on till they just kind of flail around and calm down so that they can breathe again? Well, sometimes that's what happens to us. We have to hold on to ourselves and get us quiet enough so that we can get a little distance from the situation so that we can look at it intelligently and go, oh, there I am again. I've been here before. Oh, I remember. This is temporary. It's not really a lifetime condition, nor is it some unwanted characteristic of myself. I just got lost. I just lost my connection from my spiritual self, and I temporarily flew out of the boat. You know, sometimes I have to ask, I'm out of the boat, will somebody help me? I lost my oar, so to get yourself back online, you have to pick the way that you're going to do that. And for me, I think meditation is the all-time most convenient and best instrument. You don't need any money. You don't need to go to a special place. You don't need a particular something or other. You can just sit your butt down and get quiet. And it can be as simple as watching your breath. Some days I can do that easier, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to watch my breath for 30 seconds. What happened? Where did I go? I'm over here. My mind's taking me over here. My mind's taking me over there. I love those days when I just go in, I sink in, I can be in that presence. And other days, I am really a testament to my own undoing. And I have to sew myself back up in my skin suit in a better way. I just have to do the work. And the work for me can come in many forms. I'm a medium, a channel. I channel energy. So I asked for my helpers this morning, and my great, big, frickin' giant Indian came up, and in my pajamas, before I got in the shower, I am in my biggest voice ever chanting around the living room, because that's what I needed to get back in my vehicle connected with my skin suit. Now, years ago, I would have been embarrassed to talk about this, but I don't care how you get there. We're all unique individuals. We all have our own paths. You need to give yourself permission to know that you know how to be connected to your divine source. It's wonderful to be in class and do all this, but you're going to do it your way. And what's so perfect about this is your way was cemented in you, in your DNA structure, in the cellular, in the very cells, in the space between the cells. You can't get away from what created you. You just need to figure out how to connect to it. And it may shift from day to day. One day I might be praying for help from Jesus Christ. I might be about 7 years old, singing in my house. Another day I might be the teacher. It really doesn't matter how you get there. I'm a spiritual mind teacher. I'm a new thought teacher. And yet at this age in my life, I will pick out anything in my toolbox to help me get online. I don't care. So tell me, what does it take for you to acknowledge that you're not connected to your divine source. Do you notice it? Raise your hand if you notice it. Okay. Then, do you notice what's happening in your mind? Raise your hand if you notice. You notice the mind chatter?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. There's where you start. You start with noticing it, and then you decide. You choose. Not media, not your kids, not your pocketbook, not the scary thing that you went through, not the hours that you spent trying to unwind some stupid decision you did online, and you're talking to somebody that you can barely understand in another place and going, man, that was just stupid on your part. And this is your learning curve, Sherry. This is your learning curve. Can you be here? Can you be here now, present in your divine self, while in the background you hear your mind? Well, if you hadn't done that, this was just, you didn't need to do that. Why? It's like, come on, come on. So I stay present. I stay in the moment. I check in on what's going on with my mind, and then I notice what's happening. Is there a big tell for anybody? Do you find your body kind of has a conversation with you at any point? Raise your hand. Are you aware of your tenseness and how it shows up in your body? Raise your hand. Have you been able to identify it, what it's associated with? Raise your hand. Okay. So you want to notice just an overall map of it. When you're holding tension, something in the background has seized up. They call this in the Hindu tradition nadis in our neural pathways, right? So experiences in our lifetime, we get trauma in some different way, and so there's patterns. I know when I'm angry, the whole right side of my shoulder comes up, and it's in an ear, and I think, oh, you must have been a Viking in a past life. It's like your sword arm is up. You're none of that, but it's like there's some, and it's an indication that I come into a defensive posture. Now this month, we're working on freeing the mind. And so my topic is under the influence. So what influences me at this particular time? What is happening? So if I feel this, the first thing that I want to do is question myself. What are you angry about? What are you defending yourself? What's underneath that? What's underneath that? And what's underneath that? And what's underneath that? Till you finally get to the root of what your conditioning is and how it functions. Because we're either awake, consciously aware, and in that, or we're under the influence of something else. And this is a lifetime, many lifetimes process. I wish I could say that in a blink of an eye. When I meet people who have those enlightening experiences and it's in a blink of an eye, I'm like, I'd like to have some of that. Let's have that. But that doesn't seem to be my process. My process is in increments and steps and stages. The lights may go on, and then, oh man, where did I put my keys? I can't remember where I put my keys. It's like, where's my glasses? It's like, I have to get present again. And I realize that whole process is because I learned to live in many places at once, and I didn't learn how to be present in the moment, fully conscious and awake of everything that I'm doing now. That's where our power lies. This idea of multitasking, what a load of crap. I'm just going to say it. Okay, so maybe there's people that can do that, but I think I miss out when I'm not really here. So what am I under the influence of? Am I under the influence of the conversations I want to have in my own head? The things that I'm watching, the things that I'm reading. I mean, we have to be in this life now, and there's a lot of stuff unwinding. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's important for us to be able to hold our anchor and our light while these things that are bothering us, that we need to move them out of our field. See, being awake doesn't mean that you have to have it. You don't have to be living it. You can be aware of it, awake of it, aware of it, and awake in it, and watching it, and then deciding. And personally, if I don't like what's going on in me, I talk out loud. I talk to it. I use that spiritual mind treatment. I use tapping. I use dancing. I use singing. I will use absolutely anything I can to get me back home to my source. Anybody want to do that too? What are you willing to do in your lifetime, in this particular time, in the midst of everything that we're involved in, to devote yourself to being connected to your source? Does anybody else know a better way? I mean, when you're living in love, when you are the aspect of love, I know we've all fallen in love, but there's a difference between falling in love and being loved. Anybody know that? Yes. Doesn't happen all the time. There's a difference between being with peace or being peace. Does anybody know that? Wouldn't you rather be peace when everybody's running around with their hair on fire? I mean, but that takes some effort and time and practice. And here's the cool thing. Anytime you haven't experienced that, it's lodged in your subjective field. So all you need to do is remember it and take it out again. And it's like a muscle. All those ways of being unconditional eventually stack up until, you've heard this 51% thing. Well, it's the same kind for the unconscious. If more and more of your awareness is connected in peace at some point, it is not influenced by your past conditioning, and you have moved to the other side. So now, instead of living from the outside in, you're living from the inside out. Now you're not living from the outside in, you're living from the inside out. That's an important message for us to all do. And as you become adept at that, that goes with you wherever you go. And so you influence the whole unconscious field. That it's like the iceberg underneath that. The tip is the conscious, then the unconscious is underneath that. So we have lifetimes of stored information. So we want it different. People will say, "Well, I can't believe in God. I can't believe in peace. Just look at the world." And I'm just look at it. Look at our politics. Look at our economy. Look at. And I'm going, yeah, that's true. But this is what happens when the old is rebirthing the new. This is what happens. The old comes. We become alive, awake, and aware of it, and then we must be the ones who, in our own places, washing our dishes, being our work, diapering the kids, doing whatever we do, cooking, raking, weeding, driving, we have to be the ones that hold that place of peace and awareness. If we're called to be in something, if we're called to politics, if we're called to social environment, if we're called to medicine or child rearing or music or art or whatever, it doesn't matter, because the wholeness, the light of the divine of you in doing any of those things has never gone anywhere. And when you put your attention on it and you stay connected to it, then everything that you do in that state of awareness is like ka-ching into the unconscious, ka-ching into the unconscious. So when millions of us, mark my word, millions of us are done with the old way. It's too painful to watch. It's too painful to be involved in. It's just too painful. We have decided enough is enough. Don't look at the outside to get evidence. Be in the inside. When you're in the inside, the evidence of what's working will show up in your life individually to you in the perfect way to let you know that you are loved enough. Life is good. It's all taken care of. You don't need to fix the outside. Now, be careful who you say that to. This is your own inner conversation. So, what are you willing to do? What time is it? Are we on time? I don't know where I am. I'm here. Okay, quick steps. When you get triggered, 1, stop, breathe, slow down. 2, using the breath to slow down unhooks you from the trauma field. Breath has been with us the whole time, and we have access to it now in very many forms. You can go on classes and learn about how to breathe differently. You can do all this stuff. You can slow yourself down and unhook yourself from the trauma by breathing and paying attention. And really paying attention. It takes the focus off there and puts it right in here, right here, right here in your body. And you watch it, and you watch it. And you do what you do. You do whatever, let me try this again. You do whatever you're able to do to find your connection with your source. Meditate. Meditation is the mastery. It's the best gift. It's the shortest way. People will say, I don't have time. I don't this. I meditate when I run. I do this. I do that. I'm like, yeah, give yourself a chance to sit down and meditate in an old, ancient wisdom that has been passed to us. That is your way to connect yourself. If you're sincere about that, if you're sincere about your desire to be connected to your source, you'll find the ways and means to do what's necessary to take care of yourself. I'm going to address the idea of there's not enough time. There's always enough time for what you want to do. Get real with yourself. Every one of us makes time to do what's important to us. So when I hear there's no time, I'm like, oh, I remember that woman, the mad woman trying to dress 2 kids, get them out the door, pass the lunches, there is a timeline in that where that's true, and there's still time. If I decided that my house didn't need to be as darn neat as I thought I needed it to be, I learned that I could go sit myself down and meditate. But I had been conditioned to be the good girl that took care of everybody else. So my husband, my lovely husband, Robert, would say, why do you take potluck? I'm like, what do you mean potluck? Well, you take all the leftovers. I mean, he just nailed me. Just saw right through it, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that different, but I needed to learn how to do it. And I had to make time for what was a way that I could be in this world where I wasn't completely frazzled and out of energy and too much and struggling. I wanted out of survival. I wanted to go to the next step. I wanted to, the word, I didn't hear it till years ago, thrive. But I wanted out of that. I wanted a way back into my peaceful self. So take the time. sit down, be with your breath, find a mantra, find something. I mean, if you start off and you need to listen to music, listen to music. But at some point, don't listen to anything. Get quiet. If quiet means that you're hearing the sirens and the planes overhead, and that's okay. If you want more silence, get up earlier, go to bed later. I don't know, find a way. Put earplugs in, whatever. Get quiet. Here's the cool thing about that. Peace exists. Even in the midst of chaos, you can contact peace inside you, and it's one of the most soothing, empowering, life-giving forces. It's just amazing. And the same with love. Love is available. Light's available. Compassion is ours to transmute. Once you find the way into peace and love and light, those are kind of my three things all through my life. I started to investigate here's another way to get to your source, is to find a quality or a virtue of spirit or God or whatever you want to call it, light, love, peace, compassion, power, life, and concentrate on that. Ask to be made intuitively guided to find out more about that concept and how it relates to you and how you can be in contact with it. And then allow that nature to make space for it. Get out of your head that says, I don't know how to do that, or that might not be it, or whatever. Make space in your heart to know that you'll be guided. Well, then all the hands in class would go up, and then, well, how do I do that? What's your intuition? I'm like, that's your mind. Your mind isn't going to get it. All the experiences of your divine self are re-educating your mind, so it will finally let go of you and let you do what you want to do. You're enlightening the mind, the intellectual part of you, so that it will be in company with you as you do this spiritual work that is going to help you. So pick a concept. Read somebody that you're really interested in, but you don't need to really even read the whole book. Take from it that which works for you, or that which you just don't get. Sit with it. Maybe a phrase. Maybe that's all it takes, is a phrase that works through you, a mantra, something that guides you through the day. You know the thing about mantras is saying that over and over again, just like music. You know about the music, when you sing it over and over, it pops in your head and there it is. Well, it's the same way. A mantra has power. I love the Sanskrit doctrines because they're old. They're ancient. Come from wise people that have abilities beyond our scope. And so a Sanskrit word has a sound quality. And a sound is our first elemental way in which we start to perceive reality, sound. So if you're doing a sound in yourself and you're doing it over and over, what will happen is when there's a crisis or you're triggered, that mantra will come back. That sound will come back. That's another way to unhook us from the field of trauma and strife and the collective unconscious. So that's a lot of information for today. How you doing out there? Are we okay? Okay. One more time. Alive, awake, and aware. Rub your hands together.
Alive, awake, and aware.
All right, put your hands on your heart. I'm in love with you.
In love with you.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
Okay, my friends, go be in love with each other. Enjoy this wonderful life that you have. Thank you for allowing me to be with you.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. All right, now it is our joyful time of giving. This is our opportunity to give to the Amani Center to support this place where we come to be uplifted and grown and come together in fun and teaching and that connection that's so important. So I'm going to put a few ways up that you can give virtually. We do have a Venmo account, and there's a code you can scan right there. We also have a PayPal account, which is on these little cards that are in the white seat backs. You could use those to give virtually, and also all of our newsletters that go out once a month have a donate button, as does our website, theamanicenter.org. If you're not getting the newsletter, I do encourage you to see someone afterwards and sign up for that, because we send information about what's going on, and so it's a great way to stay informed as to what's going on here at the center. And you can also always set up something directly from your bank. However you decide to give, whatever works for you, we just appreciate you. This is it is an independent center, so we don't have any sort of mother church or anyone who catches us if our funding gets low. So we just do it all together. We're grassroots, and we just appreciate whatever you're able to give. So thank you for that. So I'm going to bring Kathy up again to do a blessing over the tithes before we drop them in the baskets, and then we'll have another song from Deb while the baskets get passed.
So I bless these tithes, knowing that the energy and the prosperity is ours to command. And it is our intention to support this beautiful place called Amani, the fellowship and the love that flows in, as, and through each and every one of us. And that when you give, you do receive that fellowship, that love, all of that inspiration that is yours to have. So I thank you for your gifts, your tithes, and your energy of love. And together we say, and so it is. Another song.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. Please sing it. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are a blessing to the world.
I gratefully and with joy accept these tithes
And so it is.
Okay. Do the kids want to come up, or they're just running around wildly? If they want to come up, they can come up. We'll see. All right. No, they might be coming. We'll see. In the meantime, I want to remind you that it's Potluck Sunday, so we have food. Please stay and eat with us. I want to thank Deb Smith for being here. So wonderful to have
Thank you for having me.
Deb's going to be back next week, so we get 2 in a row with her, so don't miss next week. And what else? Sign up for that online election kind of. Jamie's going to print the poster for it, and so it'll be up on the board, so you can text that to get involved there. Come on up, guys. All right.
Yay! I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine every day. Let it shine, let it shine.
All right, guys. Good to see you. Are you going to talk?
So today we pulled out some meditation cards, and we did some drawings on if life is scary, that we can go to a safe place and feel happy. So our affirmation is, I can find a happy place. And then, yes. So they drew pictures of their happy places, and they drew hearts that they can put in their happy places to remind them that that's where they can go and feel good.
Great job, guys. All right, you find your folks, find your people. We had some girl power today. Nice. Awesome. All right, y'all. So let's stand together so that we can join and sing our closing song. The Spirit, sorry. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
Beloved beings, don't let your shine go away. Be yourselves wherever you are, and that is what changes the world. Love you so much.
We don't need to set chairs, guys. They can stay.